Welcome to the first ever Burnham Brief. If you follow Burnham Podcast and all of the other things that we do on the Burnham Project, you will know that in episode 170 of Burnham Podcast, we talked about adding things to the list of things that we're already doing, including Burnham Podcast. But the Burnham Brief was something that we were going to do as a news outlet, a news show, a news podcast, or whatever. Not a super long, drawn out thing, not a whole ton of details, just enough to put maybe a news story in front of you that you've never heard of before. So that's where we're going to start in this episode. On February 13th, 2025, a horrific massacre occurred in the Democratic Republic of Congo, resulting in the deaths of 70 Christians. The attack took place in Meba, a predominantly Christian area in North Kivu province of eastern DRC. The event unfolded as follows. Around 4 a.m., suspected militants from the Allied Democratic Forces, or ADF, a group with ties to the Islamic State, entered Meba and went door to door saying, get out, don't make any noise. Initially, they captured and tied up about 20 Christian men and women. Later, around 6:30 p.m., the militants surrounded the village and captured an additional 50 Christians. All 70 captives were taken to a Protestant church, the CECA 20, in the nearby village of Kasanga. Inside the church, the victims were brutally killed using machetes and hammers. The aftermath of the attack was equally distressing. As reported by an elder of the CECA 20, we don't know what to do or how to pray. We've had enough of the massacres. Many Christians have fled the area seeking safety, and some families were unable to bury their dead for several days due to the ongoing security threats. This massacre is part of a larger pattern of violence in the eastern DRC, where various armed groups, including the ADF, have been active for years. John Samuel, Open Doors legal expert for sub-Saharan Africa, stated, "This massacre is a clear indicator of widespread human rights violations against civilians and vulnerable communities, often targeting Christians, perpetrated by the ADF, an ISIS affiliate. The international community has been called upon to address the atrocity and protect vulnerable communities in the region. As Samuel urges, pray for an end to violence, and the government at all levels will diligently, impartially, and transparently address the violence and its effects." End quote. President Donald Trump held his first cabinet meeting of his second term on Wednesday, February 26, 2025. That's today if you're watching this now. Which included several notable announcements and discussions. Number one was Elon Musk's role. Musk, wearing a tech support t-shirt, defended his position as head of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. He emphasized DOGE's role in modernizing government technology and finding cost savings, claiming they could uncover $1 trillion in savings. Number two, federal workforce reductions. Trump reiterated his call for significant cuts to federal agencies, including reducing Environmental Protection Agency's workforce by around 65%. Number three is tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Trump created confusion regarding the timeline in implementing tariffs on these countries, suggesting a possible delay from March the 1st to April the 2nd. Number four on the list was Ukraine and Russia. Trump confirmed that Ukrainian President Zelensky would visit the White House on Friday to sign an agreement ensuring the U.S. access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals. He also claimed that Russia would have to make concessions in peace talks. The last thing on the list was White House press pool control. The administration announces its intention to determine which journalists and media outlets can join press pools, a move criticized as undermining press freedom. Again, he's not stopping anybody from writing anything they want. He would just be stopping them from coming in the White House. These developments highlight significant policy shifts and controversial decisions in the early days of Trump's second term. That's what we've got for you in the initial episode of the Burnham Brief. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following along. I don't know when we'll do another one of these or how regular they'll be, but we'll follow and the news and post it as often as we see fit or are able to do. But thank you for watching.